Gamat Jobad, Ayvawan. Hello and good morning. This time we turned the other side from Omalo to visit the village of Shenako. Here's Lucy and Hannah and Teona having a little morning walk around Shenako Church. It was built in the 1800s. However, just behind it there is actually a sacred pagan site, which is much more historical. There's some interesting ornaments inside, carved out of wood, also the typical paintings, which have been recently renovated. And you can see the old Georgian letters and the beautiful clear paints on the roof of the church. It's a beautiful village, and walking through, we get a little sense of an idea of what life here is really like in summer. It's really incredible to have a little look around the styles of the houses, how well kept they are, how tidy, clean, neat and beautiful this village is, despite being so off the beaten track. As this village is lower down in the valley, it's much more popular to move down here, and traditionally in the winter months, people would come and settle in this valley as it was more habitable than the other areas of Tusheti. According to Wikipedia, which as we all know may or may not be true, the official population is just 4 people live in this village. However, I would expect that the real number would be a little more in the summer months. In the winter, everybody moves out of this because it is basically impassable to live. You can see the typical Georgian wood balconies with beautiful carved paintings, just like we saw yesterday in the village of Diklo. It's possible to walk onto the next village from here, Diklo, which is just 11 kilometers away. Or you also have the option to drive with a 4x4. And off we go, accompanied by our lovely driver Levan, on the way to Diklo, the next village. After a short drive into Diklo village, it's an even shorter walk, around a couple of kilometres, to climb to the top of Diklo Fortress. I feel quite happy that now we have seen, in grand total, 5 of Tusheti's 48 villages already. Here you can see the small village of Diklo in the background, village number 6 that we see today. And the views are incredible. I can't believe how significantly they change from what we saw just before in Shenako, where it is kind of like a meadow plain. Now we see hundreds of thick forests clinging to the mountains. Let's climb up and take a closer look and see how the views are from up there. Make sure you've got some good footwear for this trip, because you definitely couldn't do this in flip-flops. There's lots of shale and loose stones that are rolling around. According to legend, this was destroyed by Dagestani invaders from neighbouring Russia a long time ago. And according to the locals, just 16 people managed to hold off an army of 10,000. Now, apparently this has been proven to be an exaggeration and the number was closer to 4,000. However, that's still pretty impressive. And quite a few of us, after exploring a little bit and having a rest, decided to get our Instagram photos in. According to locals, this is actually where the neutral territory with Russia begins. We're so close to the border, we're literally on it. Wow, this is just breathtaking. Be careful not to fall. The 360 view around is just incredible. And in the distance, you can even see snow on the mountain peaks, even though it is the middle of July. There really is something so humbling about these mountains and this area. So I will bid you farewell and see you all tomorrow, which will be our highlight, our trip up to Oreti Lake. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time.